And then they saw me in a bra, and that was it.
What's going on, Pearl Jam nerds? You are listening to Single Podcast Theory. I'm Brad Lyons.
And I am Brad Blazek.
You goddamn right he is.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Let's fuck some shit up. I'm great.
I think that's going to be what tonight is, man.
Fucking shit up.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. It just feels, I can kind of feel it in the air. And I think it might be a good thing that tonight's topic is another of the live records or records being done live. So we'll have we're gonna do it like last time with the Yield record. This time binaural.
I mean,
that'll kind of keep some guardrails on, I think, a little bit.
I hope people are cool with us doing another live show so quickly. But we're just having so much fun doing
it's been fun. I was in the mood for it.
So,
and binaural is one of my favorite records anyway, so
yeah, totally.
I'm pretty psyched about it. You were traveling a little bit this weekend, weren't you?
We went to see a band called Knocked Loose in Nashville. They're actually playing tonight, like as we speak, at the end.
Oh wow.
And those tickets sold out like within
that's a small place.
And they're a hardcore band from Kentucky, like middle Kentucky,
okay,
or eastern Kentucky. Super fucking intense. I'm sure I know most of our listeners probably aren't into Knocked Loose, but if you are, let me know. But I only heard about them because they were opening for A Day to Remember this summer.
You went to a few shows.
We went to two of those shows. And they're just like, I mean, if you like that kind of music, they're pretty fucking awesome. And the dude singing is like, it's that real, just like shrilly kind of screaming.
Right.
But it's impressive as fuck to me to see somebody sing like that and just like screaming his lungs out,
right?
You know. But anyway, they're playing tonight, but they did a in-store. They just had an album come out on Friday, brand new album come out. So they were at Grimey's, which is a record store in Nashville. I'm sure you've been there.
Oh yeah.
And they played, and then after they played, they like did a signing.
That's cool, but that is a small place to see a band that fucking loud.
It was nuts. I mean, if you know, there's like 2 racks of vinyl, and then they have a little stage in the back.
Right.
And the stage is like literally big enough for like one person, maybe 2 people, to sit on like, a stool and play some acoustic songs. And they set up like the full drum set, a couple amps, and there's 5 dudes in the band.
Right.
And there was, it was packed too. There was a ton of people there. And Amanda was even like, I don't think Grimey's knows what's about to happen. I'm like, I don't think so either. Because we're just standing among all this vinyl, and the singer's like comes on and he said something like, this is really cool. We've never done anything like this before. And like, we've been here buying records before. He's like, please, like, we want you to have fun and do what you want, but just respect, the vinyls.
Right.
And then they fucking just went off.
Yeah.
And the crowd went crazy. Like the guys that were up front. And these dudes are known for like super intense mosh pits and slam dancing and all that stuff, people throwing elbows and shit. It was just nuts. And it was so cool to be there in this tiny little record store to watch this band. And there was people crowd surfing. Like,
I haven't seen that in a long time.
at Grimey's, people were getting up and trying to crowd surf.
Right.
It was just like, it was insane.
Well, it sounds like it was cool. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and it just seemed kind of special to be in a place like that. You know, it reminds me of Pearl Jam. Like, you see these like on YouTube, like them. I think there's like a famous one of them doing an in-store at Target Tower.
Yeah.
They were at Target.
Yeah. No, Tower used to do the in-stores a lot.
Yeah. So I'm just like telling Amanda, like, this is going to be, even though we don't have tickets to the end, this is going to be pretty special too, to see them play in a record store like this. So,
yeah, man. Doesn't happen that
and
often.
the guy, after, when it was over, the guy got up, like the owner or whatever, and he was like, he's like, well, that was something different. You know, he's like,
did he not know what he was getting himself into?
I guess not. He's like, you guys survived. And he's like, I'll be honest, we've never had crowd surfing here before. We've had moshing because we've had metal bands, but nobody's ever tried to crowd surf. So that was pretty cool.
Right on. That's cool, man. I'm glad you guys got to go take a little trip.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Man. Yeah, there's a big film festival in Birmingham, and I've been hanging / working at that all week because we kind of partner with them a lot, and it's been good. But man, I can't take being around that many people. It wears me the fuck out, man.
Yeah,
it's just like,
have you?
And I realize this, and I produce a podcast for this film festival, and I'm gonna make this part of one of the future episodes, I think, because it might just be me and my own bias, but you want to see some pretentious artist types, go to a goddamn film festival. Yeah, and I love film. I love filmmakers, all that stuff. I'm not being whatever, but it's just so. And musicians have their own ego, but ego can be different than like being a snobby asshole.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you hear people say things like, "Oh, I hate him." You know what I mean? About a director or an actor or something. It's like, really? Like I don't love some really like popular bands, you know, but I would never say I hate them, or I would never hate them as people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like we've talked about before, I think they're a great band. I don't care for the Eagles, right?
Right.
But I would never judge someone because they liked the Eagles. And that's the type of shit I hear every weekend at this film festival.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. It's funny, I guess.
Any good movies? Have you been able to see any of these movies?
Dude, I didn't get to see shit. No, well, we did some stuff.
Well, if you're working too, I mean.
Yeah, we were helping facilitate interviews with we were just like grabbing filmmakers from the VIP area and grabbing them. I mean, and that's not a problem. Every filmmaker wants to fucking talk about themselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, or the thing they made, which is understandable. So it was just kind of like Van and Lane kind of manning that and meeting people and all that shit. But
was there anyone that people would have known the name of who was there? And did you meet anybody like that wasn't super pretentious?
No, there's a high level of pretension amongst people that really take film seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just different than musicians. Like,
yeah.
I mean, of course there's pretentious musicians. I'm not saying there's not.
Right.
But when you go to a music festival and I'm backstage or in the VIP or whatever, it's just kind of like, if we do talk about music, we might like rib each other about certain bands or something, but I don't hang out with people necessarily that would be like, "Oh, fuck you, man. You like that band? That guy's a fucking asshole. And so are you for listening to that bullshit." And people will say that about directors. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
It's like,
yeah.
God damn. You guys are fucking cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's just been kind of interesting, and I love that film festival, and I love the people that are part of it, but those film festivals fucking wear me out.
Yeah.
It was fun, though. Yeah, if you guys, anyone that's listening is a film nerd and likes films, I produce a podcast called Sidewalk Side Talks. Just search Sidewalk. It's Sidewalk Film Festivals here in Birmingham. That's the one I was just talking about. And it was started by Alan Hunter, if you remember the MTV VJ, like the first MTV VJ.
Yeah, wasn't he the first host of Headbangers Ball? Or am I thinking
No.
who's the other?
I'm talking like this is like 1981. It
No,
was
I know, but
Martha Quinn, Alan Hunter.
yeah. I totally remember that name.
Yeah.
But they had a Headbangers Ball like in the 80s.
Yeah. But I think
I
mean Ricky always did that, didn't he?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know.
There was a long-haired, blonde-headed guy wearing a leather jacket, but he
Adam
did not
Curry?
look that. Yeah, I think that's
Because
who it was.
he also did 1-800 Dial MTV. That was like the first like call in and vote, and then they play a top 20 or whatever.
I don't know. I remember the name Alan Hunter.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was saying, but it's a great festival. Oh yeah, if you're a film
Sidewalks.
nerd, yeah, Sidewalk Side Talks is a film nerd podcast that I produce. I think we've done we're still figuring it out, like you do in a podcast, but I think we're at 15 or 16 episodes.
Are you on it, or are you just producing?
Oh
it?
no, just producing it, mixing it, all that kind of audio post stuff. And well, I mean, we discuss stuff with them, and they record everything here, and we help them with all that kind of stuff. But
cool.
Yeah, it's fun. But that's a non-music related show that I work on.
Have you met Steven Spielberg yet?
Well, I mean, Stevie and I, that's,
Right.
it's I mean, he is on my speed dial for sure, but I don't, we're those kind of friends that we might not talk for a couple years or 10 years, but when we do, it's just, we fall right back into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. But I don't like to talk about it a whole lot,
Yeah.
I don't like to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just seems kind
You
of
don't
talk
name
about
drop.
pretentious. I mean, right? I don't want to be the thing I hate, Brad.
Right.
All right. So, should we do some little do you have any knowledge for us this week?
I do.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, because we didn't talk about that.
No, we
Pre-show.
didn't, but that's cool. No.
What you got for us?
I'm going to talk a little bit about binaural, just like I did when we did the yield episode.
Right on.
I talked about yield.
Okay.
All right. I guess this is where you would put the little intro stinger that that hasn't been made yet.
Yep.
Give me 1 second. Just kind of. I was watching before we started talking about film festival. I was watching a documentary about Motown. Have you seen this? I think it just came out.
I don't know. I mean,
But
I've watched a lot of things about. So it's a new thing.
I'm pretty sure it's like brand new. It just came out on Showtime in the last few weeks.
Okay, then I've not seen that.
I haven't even watched the whole thing because we started recording. But it's man, if you like music, if you like Motown, it's a pretty good documentary.
That's cool.
It's basically Berry Gordy. It's a lot of Berry Gordy and Smokey Robinson stuff because they pretty much
they ran that shit.
Yeah. And dude, I love all that Motown stuff. Like, it's not like, it's not like Pearl Jam or Metallica, but man, when I hear that shit, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
I'm saying as a fan.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm a fan of those two bands. But man, when I hear that Motown stuff, I'm just like, this is fucking incredible.
There's something.
It's genius music. It's so crazy.
Yeah, and the artists and the players, that's the kind of music I listen to that's like makes me question, like, maybe there is a God out there or something, because this shit is like magic.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It really is.
And specifically like that era, like every time on my shuffle, every time Otis Redding comes on, there will never be a time that Otis Redding, for example, would come on through my speakers. I'd be like, nah,
skip. Yeah,
not gonna happen,
today,
man.
Right.
You know,
it's
And I have a Pearl Jam podcast, as you know.
Right. Yes,
you do too.
I've heard
and we
of
both
it, yes.
feel the same way about this. You know,
Right.
I would skip a Pearl Jam song, I think, before like an Otis Redding song. You know,
Definitely.
come on, Mr. Pitiful comes on and you skip it. Get the fuck out of here. All right,
Yeah.
I could
Stevie
talk about
Wonder?
that for a long time.
Little Stevie Wonder.
What about him?
I mean, the best.
Oh yeah,
The best.
yeah. I mean, we're human beings, right? You have
Yes.
2 ears and a heart, and you love. Yeah, dude, come on. All right, what else you got?
All right, binaural. It was recorded entirely at Studio Litho in Seattle from September 99 to January 2000. Released May 16th, 2000. Happy birthday, Brad B.
Oh, hell
May
yeah.
14th.
Yeah.
May 14th, but
Right.
close enough. The cover image of binaural is a telescopic photo of the engraved Hourglass Nebula, which is located in the southern constellation Musca, in case you ever feel like dropping by for a visit. Do you know what this was the first? This was the first Pearl Jam album since 10 that Brendan O'Brien was not listed as co-producer.
Yep. It's Chad Blake, one of my favorite
was.
other producers.
Yeah. It was a recording technique that has become a trademark for Blake, binaural recording that inspired the album's title.
Yep.
So
You can
did we
hear it
talk
all
about
over
this?
the record.
Have you ever incorporated that style of recording into your own life work?
Into my own workflow.
Yes.
Now, I know people think it's bullshit, or some people would, or whatever. I mean, I do place mics based on, like, I will move my head around, and if I'm wondering if the mic would sound good, like, on the floor, then I put my head down on the floor, which is what he does, except for he finds the spot that he wants, like a mic, for example, and then he puts a specially made mannequin head. And some of these mannequin heads, I don't know how like deep he gets with it, but they'll even try and replicate like human skin and stuff like that, like super nerdy, because the idea being like, well, what you hear is also based off of the sound coming at you and hitting skin. It's not based off the sound coming at you and where your head is placed and hitting styrofoam or you know, some sort of metal or whatever. So most people just use like a weighted mannequin head. And then there's these kind of like lapel type mics, those little ones that, you know, like newscasters or whatever use. And they have these special things where they put them where the ears are on the mannequin. And then that's how you place the mics. I don't do all that shit, but I do walk around the room and like, okay, I'll stand right here and look at the kit, and then I'll move to a different spot of the room and maybe like get on my hand, like on my knees or something, and just see if I can hear like a sweet spot in the room for something that I'm trying to hear. But I don't do the binaural shit.
Yeah.
Because that's like stereo everything, you know. That's two signal paths for the one source on everything you're recording for the most part, you know. So like a drum kit, and sometimes it can make it like less mics, right? So I don't record that way, but so that means I usually use 3 to 5 to 8 mics on a drum kit, depending on what I'm trying to get. Whereas he might just literally walk around the room like I was talking about, and Matt Cameron's playing, and just decides like, oh, I like it right here, and then just those those stereo mics on the mannequin are the only things recording the drums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you gotta like, that's balls, man. Because
Well, and drums are weird too, because they, the sound, you can move the mic all the way around the cymbal, a cymbal, and it'll sound different.
oh yeah, and that's why, yeah, absolutely. And because sometimes putting a shit ton of mics on something like drum, that's why drums are they're the fucking hardest thing to record, because you have to worry about phasing like constantly, right? So it's basically like you've seen waveforms on the screen. Well, you've used like Audacity, like just a waveform, right? It kind of goes up and down like a sine wave, right?
Right.
Like up and down over like the center line. And it's literally all dependent on time, right? So phasing can be decided by because a drum kit is however many drums with however many mics, but it's one source in a way, right? And that's weird, because when you record a electric guitar, it's one source. It's the fucking speaker.
Yeah.
Like everything that the guitar is doing is coming out of that one speaker, and you stick a fucking mic on it. You can't be out of phase that way. But you have upwards of 8 mics on one drum kit, right? And sometimes the room mics sound really cool, and they're 20 feet away from the drum kit, right? But that means that the drummer has to hit whatever drum, like they're playing the drum kit, and there's a snare mic on the snare, right? So that sound hits that mic in the time it takes to get from the beater of the head to the front of that mic, right? And it shows up in time on Pro Tools if you like nerd out and look at it. And then you look at the room mic that's 20 feet away, right? And it looks like it's been taken out of time from the rest of the drum kit, because the drummer had to hit it and the sound had to go 20 feet and hit the microphone diaphragm and then go down however many feet of cable, right? And then from mic cable into the control room, wherever the interface is or wherever the inputs are, and then it has to get converted by a computer to digital so that Pro Tools can read it, and then Pro Tools has to see it and process it, right? So you literally get like time shifts where you look at where the snare hits in time on a room mic it could be an eighth note behind where the snare mic says the drummer hit the snare, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it makes recording drums a fucking nightmare. Right? Because if you have something out of phase, it makes it sound like shit. It takes all the body out of it. It makes it thin. It makes it terrible. So, in some ways, it makes his job easier to record that way. But if you get the take and it ends up it just doesn't sound good, or your ears were a little bit off, Chad's ears were a little bit off when he recorded that, like, then you got to do everything all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a fucking brilliant mixer and
wizard
producer. Yeah. It sucks. I want to hear how he would have mixed the whole record. Cause that's the other thing is Chad normally mixes and obviously I bet 9.9 times out of 10, he mixes his own productions just like Brendan does.
Right.
But the band ended up dumping Chad's mixes except for like the chill stuff, and gave all of the heavy stuff to Brendan to mix. So Breaker Fall, Insignificance, Rival, that stuff was sent to Brendan. And then I think stuff like Nothing Is As It Seems, those kind of, or Of the Girl, I think those are Chad mixes originally. But now, of course, Brennan's gone back and done like all the records,
right? Yeah. So, yeah, I think so.
But that what originally came out was half Chad and half Brendan mixing. The end.
Interesting.
Is it though, or did I just ramble about nerd
I
shit
love
for
that.
way
No,
too
dude,
long?
I love that stuff. I love that stuff because it's interesting that like you could listen to this record like in your car or on your stereo, and it still sounds amazing. If you put headphones on, it's like a different experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. It totally is. That's what's cool about music, man. And why part of what I'm learning to be good at doing this stuff is to chill out and not get so like it's good to know all that stuff that I just explained, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's not what making music is.
Right.
It doesn't matter if something's out of phase if it fucking sounds great.
Right.
And
Yeah.
usually that just comes down to the song being good and was the performance good.
Yeah.
All that old
Well, and-
Otis Redding shit is technically terrible recordings, but who cares?
Yeah. Well, that's
know?
something they go into in this documentary is they're literally just in a house
Yeah.
in the hood.
Yeah.
They're just in a house. You know?
Sometimes with, for a
But
whole
that-
band,
but-
like one mic in the room and then a vocal mic,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's to me, see, this is like the thing where like ignorance is bliss comes in.
Yeah.
And Justice for All, my favorite album of
Yep.
all time. I don't know if that's blasphemous to say on a Pearl Jam podcast, but I love that album, top to bottom.
Me too.
I didn't even know. I never realized there's no bass on it because I didn't know any better.
Yeah, man.
Like I just would listen to the songs.
Yep.
And I fucking loved it. And within like the last 10 years, I would hear people talk about, oh, the production or the bass, there's no bass on it. And then I would listen to it and I'm like, yeah, you're right. But when I was a kid, I didn't know what the fuck production was or mixing was or all, fucking
Yeah.
binaural recording. Like I just would put headphones on and listen.
Yeah.
And like, I like this. I don't like this. I hear it now. Like I'll listen to, an album, like a band's first album or the demos. And I can kind of pick out like, oh, the production side of this album, whatever. I can tell
Right.
it's not as good as something their latest album.
Mm-hmm.
But like up until 5-10 years ago, I didn't even know that meant anything. I didn't know you were supposed to be listening to Injustice for All and not hearing the bass. I just heard those songs and didn't know I was supposed to be picking it apart like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you were not supposed to be picking it apart like that. That's the whole
Right.
thing. Is like,
right.
yeah, that's not. I mean, for me, I kind of have to be aware of certain things to be able to do my job. But, and I think everyone has to go down the path of being the guy I was just describing a minute ago. That's like, because I was that guy for a while where it's like, yeah, but the blah, 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 and the blah, blah, blah needs to be dropped 5 dB because the blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
if I could go back and talk to that Brad, I'd be like, man, shut up. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like insufferable to be around or talk about music with because of it, but it was definitely like what was going on in my head at the time. And
Yeah.
it was just because, man, I was learning a bunch of cool shit and there was probably times socially with other musicians that I wanted everyone to know that I know this shit. It's like
Right.
an insecurity
Yeah.
thing. Whereas like I would just go, that's great, man. Keep learning that stuff. But the point still remains is that when you listen to music, you need to be moved. And
Yeah.
all the other shit doesn't matter. If
Yeah.
it moves you, then
Yeah.
everyone did their job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't
But
know.
I will say the flip side of that is like the 10 Redux, for example. It's a good example to use. Like, I love the original version of 10, but I love the Redux version even more. And it's interesting as a nerd to like listen to the first 15 seconds of like Even Flow or Once and put it against the Redux version.
Right.
And just to pick these things out and be like, oh, I see what they're doing in that instance.
Right.
Like that's kind of cool that different mixes really make a huge difference.
They do, man. It's like you that is one way you can fuck something up. I think you could have a good song and a good performance. Because my whole thing is like, well, you got to work really hard to fuck up a good song and a good performance. But the mix, maybe it's still hard to fuck it up, but a good mix, the right mix in the song, just like makes it kind of more magical than it already was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. We should move on because we've still got to talk about a whole live show.
Right. Yeah.
And haven't even done one email yet. Let
me finish up this, what are we calling this? Brad's Bits?
Mm-hmm. No.
Pearls, what is it? Pearls of Wisdom?
Sure.
The band was this album made it clear that the band was uninterested in chasing commercial success.
Yeah.
They weren't oblivious to the fact that making videos might result in more album sales, as McCready recalled in Pearl Jam 20. Quote, around this time, I think we were less popular. I don't think we were doing any press. We had meetings about those things, like, how far are we going to do press on this tour? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? Or are we not going to do any of it? And when you don't do any of it, the changing times fluctuate. People get over you. That's probably around the time, binaural. People are like, okay, I'm kind of over these guys. What's next? So they knew, again, this was not going to be like a huge commercial success.
Right.
And they were okay with it.
They're smart. They're so smart.
Yeah.
They're like, they should be one of those things that they should be taught in some sort of mandatory course for people to like start having certain levels of success. And like, you have to do it exactly like this, but this is the mindset to have. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Especially
the long con.
Well, yeah, and it's just like, well, are you being not to sound, douchey or whatever, but like, are you being true to what you do? Because if what you do is art, then you got to stick with that. But if it's more about entertainment, then cool, go, fine, chase the thing. That's fine. It's just so important that they knew which one they were, because one's not better than the other. You know what I mean? Right.
Well, yeah. And like, dude, we know from some of the emails we get, people are still finding this band today.
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't think you can say that about a lot of other bands.
Nope. No, it's
because they didn't get caught up in the cycle of, album videos tour. Like, they do that, but it's on their own.
They do it when and how they want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't oversaturate everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, look at Tool. Like, they fucking 13 years in between albums. They never released their shit on the streaming services. And now that they have, they were like, every album was in like the top 10 of all these like charts,
Yeah. It was funny watching I saw on my podcast app, or maybe I was on YouTube, that Maynard was on Joe Rogan, and so I was like, oh, fuck this, and I went straight outside and like sat down for a minute and was like, turned it on, and the whole first 10 minutes is him fumbling around on his fucking phone trying to figure out how to tweet out that he's about to, that they're releasing the stuff now or whatever. It's funny to be able to watch that actually happen, you know what I mean, and him kind of talk about it for a second, and he's just like, he's like, he doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? In a good way.
That whole thing is just such a weird dynamic. Maynard and Tool and the fans and stuff. Like, I get it, but man, he can be such a dick.
Yeah, I don't know if he's being a dick. I think he's just like, he's one of those people that I kind of feel like has it figured out. I don't think he's being a dick. He's just doing his thing, and he doesn't have to explain every fucking thing he does, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that, but he could be a little bit more excited about this thing that he's a part of.
Oh, you think he's
Rather
not
than-
excited about Tool as a thing?
I mean, no. Not the way he comes off in interviews and stuff.
Yeah, okay. I get that. Maybe he's not.
Yeah.
I don't think
not.
but he doesn't need the money. It's not a money grab.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever,
right,
bro.
Pearl Jam.
Who? What?
Yeah. Knock loose.
All right, let's get some emails, man.
Let's do it.
What's up first?
I think we are going to read an email. I am from Thomas.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I had this up and now
it's
not
Tom.
up. And Tom, yes, it is Tom. Thomas is later. I had Tom first and Thomas last, and I got like all mixed up. All right, Tom. Hi, Bradaliciousness. That's a new one.
Yeah, it is. I like it.
It's Tom calling from the Netherlands. I really don't know how I found your podcast, but I'm glad I did. I believe it was on Instagram. Anyway, I found you guys. So what I wanted to ask you, I hear you talking a lot about Pearl Jam studio tracks and how much you love them. That's the same for me. I learned all the songs listening to their albums. But for a few years, I've been listening to their bootlegs only. They seem more real to me nowadays. But there's another reason I don't really like the way Eddie sings on 10 anymore. Wait, what? Don't worry, Black is still my number one song of all time. But for instance, I used to love Release on 10, but now I only hear Eddie singing. Do you want to sing this part?
Let me try and do it phonetically how he did this here.
Yeah.
Was that right?
That's pretty good.
Thanks, man.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Same on Footsteps.
Oh, God. Oh, wait. Oh, I was trying to figure out which part this was. I did what I had to do. That was just me being weird. That wasn't Eddie at all. That's
close. That's close. I think you're getting at, you're hitting on what he's getting at.
Okay.
I can feel Eddie's pain, but it differs from what I heard from when I heard it years ago. Damn, I guess I ruined it for myself. I know this was kind of hip back then, but it sounds very Creed to me, and that's not a compliment. I only noticed this when I got more into the lyrics the last couple of years. Fun fact, Eddie stopped singing like that since Versus. Check it out and you'll hear it. Sorry in advance. We need to talk about this real quick. So I think what he's talking about is that he was like the first one to really sing like that. And Creed and a lot of other bands from that time like started like imitating Eddie. And I think if anything, people got sick of it, but it's not like Eddie's fault. It's because all these other lesser bands started imitating Eddie, or singers, I should say, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I should even get started on this because it's kind of my, it's one of my frustrations with people that like I have to keep myself from going down this this kind of rabbit hole with people that I don't know that well that might shit on Pearl Jam for these reasons that he's talking about. And he's fucking exactly right. Like, so when but that's the whole thing. We are complete nerds, and that's why we know what I'm about to say, right? Which is that they were a brand new band when they recorded 10. It's been well documented that Eddie didn't, quote unquote, find his voice in this band, unless I'm totally fucking up the timeline, until touring for the record, right? Like in the beginning and like clubs and stuff like that, he kind of started coming out of his shell. And yes, that's what you start hearing on Versus. But he has been stuck with the pigeonhole of their first record together, which is 10, and the way, and it's kind of a perfect storm too, because yes, did he sing differently on 10 than verses? Absolutely. It's part of his growth, right? But man, when you've got a baritone like that drenched in reverb, it's not helping it for posterity. It does not age well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why people get mad at me for putting 10 at number 8. I'm not talking about the content of 10, right? I'm saying that over time, that record has not aged well for me. Because for me, Pearl Jam represented getting the fuck out of the arena band mentality and sound, which involves things like reverb. And I'm not anti-reverb, but when you learn that that was not them at all, then, oh, sorry, that scared the crap out of me.
I heard that too. I'm like, oh, yeah, turn it up, man.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
That dude just straight up walked through here while I'm recording a podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he opened the door?
Yeah.
And
he walked straight through, opened both doors. What the fuck is happening right now?
How disrespectful.
Where was I? I was on a very good rant.
Yeah, so you're talking about reverb. And
it was just kind of a perfect storm. And yeah, he just got pigeonholed with it, man. And I've said this before too. I think Lane sounds way more what the caricature of Eddie became. And I love Lane, right? Like I have no problem with the baritones.
What do they
same
call
with Scott
that?
Weiland.
There's a derogatory term for all those singers. They all get lumped in. Fuck, I can't remember. It's like the herder voice or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember.
I never heard that.
But yeah, dude, I'm right with you there. And I hope Tom isn't taking this personally, like we're yelling at him. Because
I'm agreeing with him.
Yeah,
like 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still love 10, and I totally understand what you and Tom are both saying. But for me personally, I still love that record, especially the Redux version, because it kind of takes some of that away.
Sure. It absolutely does. And that's the thing. When I say I love the content, those songs are some of the best songs ever written. That collection of songs is fucking unbelievable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it hasn't aged as a record, as a release.
Plus they recorded it in a few months, and it's like Eddie was I think kind of the first one to be singing like that. Mm-hmm. And everyone else just kind of like aped him. So you think
because Kurt,
that he was doing it on all these songs, but he's not. It's just a few songs, but he gets lumped in with Creed and Scott and even Lane up to a point, Yeah. And then you get sick of, you get oversaturated with all of this. I just want to
make sure to be clear for everyone. You were saying Scott Weiland, not Scott Stapp, right?
Well, both.
Oh, you said both? Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, on that first STP album, he's totally doing Eddie.
Oh, yeah. That's why I didn't like them at first.
Yeah. Right.
Because I felt like, they were, I don't know, treading on territory they shouldn't be, as far as like the vocals, but they ended up they're a great fucking band, and Scott Weiland
totally
dude,
all Purple
he's brilliant.
Purple was such a huge turnaround from what's that first album called?
Core,
yeah it's pretty that was kind of weird to me at the time when Purple came out. To me it sounds so different than Core, where like Pearl Jam kind of 10 to Versus to Vitology, they kind of take baby steps in their evolution, but Purple was like kind of a big jump. Like that album is them doing their own thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where Core is kind of like, we're gonna do like Seattle sound, and all our songs kind of sound like the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Did I derail the email or were
You
we?
did, but I'm going to
Okay.
get us right back into it.
All right, cool.
Anyway, thanks for your podcast. It helps me develop my American English. Yeah, it does, really. I don't know, dude. We can barely speak American English. However, never mind. Thanks for all. Sorry, dude. I don't know what he's talking about in the next part, so I'm not going to read it. Thanks for all thanks for all and talk soon. Regards, Tom Von Haymerd.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for writing in, Tom. Appreciate it.
Danke?
That's German.
Good day, mate.
Danke's German. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
how do you say thank you in Netherlands? Well, what's the Netherlands?
What do you mean?
Like, is the Netherlands? I'm so like an idiot.
Okay,
here.
we're not doing this right now. I can't do this right now, Brad. I really can't. We can do it another time. We can't do this right now.
Is the Netherlands a country? Or is it like different countries make up the Netherlands? Isn't that what it is?
So we got another new listener. I think it's a new listener. This is Chris, and he was writing to us and Kate about. Oh no, is this a new Chris?
He's not. He wrote in a couple weeks ago. I think he's new in the sense that he just started listening. I don't know though.
We have a few Chris's, so I want to make sure I'm getting them all straight here.
We do have a bunch of Chris's.
We do. I mean, It says, "Hey, Brads and Kate, awesome show this week. Loved hearing about your experience at Wrigley 2018. You guys saw a great show and definitely seemed worth all the trials and tribulations you went through. Why go and to go? Wow, that had to sound awesome. And it fucking did. I remember that. You guys got a Mirror Ball song, which is so cool. You also heard 3 of my personal favorites, Immortality, Come Back, and Smile, and another awesome cover with I Am a Patriot. Thanks for another great podcast. Keep them coming. Love all the aspects and will continue to listen. Great recap of the Yield show the week before, too. Thanks, man. Hope we hope you like this one, too." That was from Chris. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Oh, look who's next.
Andrew Plath. This one's a little long, but I kind of thought it was cool to get like someone else's take on the Wrigley show.
Oh, cool.
So stay with me. Hey, Brads. Thanks for another great episode. When I woke up Monday morning and saw the subject Wrigley Night 2, I was amped. I just listened to the boot the day before, and this show is really special to me, so this email is going to be long. Wrigley Night 2 was my first Pearl Jam concert.
Woo.
Finally, I could see a band I've loved for years. It was a dream come true. I can connect with this band and attend the only church I've ever wanted to go to, a Pearl Jam concert. Man, I feel you there. But the damn weather, of course, was a jabroni the whole day. I haven't heard that in a long time. If the weather was a person that day, it would totally be a jabroni.
Yeah, no, that's true. Accurate.
The whole day, I was checking the weather incessantly, about every 10 minutes. It seemed like we were in the clear. Yeah, it did. Then I was taking the Metro into the city when a train got stuck just outside of Union Station. No joke. There was another train that was blocking us. I remember we waited about an hour to finally get off the train, while the whole time I'm pouting like a teenager to my wife that I'm going to be on this train forever. I'm never going to see this concert. Woe is me. Finally, we get off the train, only to get to Wrigley and find out we were on a rain delay. Wah, wah, wah.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I rode out the rain in our ponchos, only getting mildly wet. And then, finally, Davanita. It's happening. I remember thinking, holy crap, this is happening. And then thinking, pay attention to what's happening because I don't want to miss anything. So exuberant, like a kid on Christmas. I couldn't even focus. In the days following the concert, I actually felt a bit depressed, going through Pearl Jam withdrawal. Or the PJs, if you will. Man, I had a real bad case of the PJs when I got back home.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it a ton, but that weekend was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Not only was this my first show, but I feel like the set list is solid, which added to the experience. When I listen to other boots, I always focus on certain runs that are great. Resist making a shit joke, Brad B. Resist. I mean,
nope. He goes on to say,
is that what I've become?
Yes.
Just the shit joke.
You're a shit troll.
I'm shit. I felt like this whole concert is one great run.
Oh no.
I don't want to skip anything. I'm trying, dude. Smile, Immortality, In My Tree, Evil Little Goat. The list goes on. Comeback was particularly special for me because it was my favorite band and my favorite sports team, the Blackhawks. Meeting with a touching tribute to Stan Mikita. That was pretty cool. The band's energy was amazing, and I felt that fuck-ups at a certain point added to the experience, or at least it didn't bother me. Basically, Eddie is just like us, a little wet, ready to rock, and maybe a little drunk, so some mistakes happen. That's the beauty of a live show. He was able to laugh at himself in these moments too, which was fun. I love when he called audibles and basically didn't let his bandmates leave the stage before Smile. So incredible, and I've relived this concert several times since it happened. Yeah. I was bummed I missed meeting you guys in Wrigleyville, maybe in 2020.
Yeah.
Best, Andy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, there's rumors out there they're going to be touring shortly, or announcing a tour shortly. So
yeah, I want that,
hopefully.
But I want a record too.
Yeah,
but I guess not if it's shitty. You know?
Yeah, well,
if they're not ready to put one out, then they're not ready to put one out. I'll trust them.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I think we're on the brink of the record and tour cycle.
Yeah, I hope so.
So, yeah, me too.
Good to hear from you, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks.
We got another OG, Danny B.
Danny B, what's up?
He's one of those people, man, that just, I see his name and then I just see his face. You know what I'm saying? I see him. Yeah, I see his bald head, and he's just gonna make me smile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is
he's always got like a smirky kind of smile on his face. Like,
yep.
He just heard a joke that is probably,
and he's
dirty.
ready to tell you.
And he shouldn't.
He's got the little glint in his eye, you know?
Yes, totally.
That little mischievous little.
Yes, totally.
But also the type of guy that, like, if you've known him for 5 minutes and he finds out something's wrong, he's going to try and, like.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it was, like, super personal or something, he's going to, like, try and help you out.
Yeah, you kind of, like, you meet Danny B, you, like, immediately trust him.
It's true. I never thought of it that way. You're right. Yeah. Like
you could just tell him like anything that's going on.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. Anyway, he wrote us, this guy that we've just been talking about for the last couple of minutes. He said, Wrigley Night 2 2018 is near and dear to my heart for many reasons. I really enjoyed Pod 105 with the B&B experience and Kate Cotton reliving the whole damn thing, Watts and all. Or I think that was probably supposed to be warts and all. Mm-hmm. At one point, Kate said it was like being with my two dads. If you guys need yet another nickname, how about my two Brads? Can't believe we haven't done that one yet.
Thanks, Danny. Right? I love it.
Let's see. At one point in time, while we were hanging out with you guys under the L, Music Brad offered Patty B and I a ride after the show. That was before the shitball lightning and major storm delay. Thankfully, I declined because your story about losing Lions and how exhausted you all were after the show cracked me up. Given to Fly to kick off the show gives me goosebumps every time I play the bootleg. We will always be the first and maybe only to get Evil Goat. I will always think of you guys when I hear we're going to be friends. When he's not shitting in a crisper, Blazy can be quite sentimental and sensitive. I pray that the Kurt rumors bring an album in 2020 and us back together in Wrigleyville. And until then, my friends, live in the present tense. Danny B. Thanks, Danny. Danny B from Buffalo. Dude, absolutely. And I'm going to say this. I don't think I realized it, or maybe I haven't said this out loud, but I never had any reason to feel connected to Wrigleyville, right? Like,
Right.
you know, I grew up in Alabama.
Right.
I mean, I adopted, because we didn't have big professional sports in Alabama, I adopted the Cubs, the Bulls at a very convenient time in my youth to be my favorite basketball team.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's the first on my list to go see Pearl Jam. Even if they came to Birmingham, even if they came to Birmingham, I would still, my first priority would actually be to try and get to Wrigleyville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was such a good trip, and I love the vibe the whole weekend that we were there, you know? It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they play there again.
Me too. Surely they they will, right?
I hope so.
Right?
I mean, it's become a thing.
Depends on what time of year it is that they're touring, I guess. But, you know, they're not going to play in February or whatever.
Right.
All right, cool. Thanks, Danny. Now it's Thomas.
Thomas writes in, slide whistling into your email. What's up, Breaking Brads? That's a good one, too.
I like that.
My name is Tom Gaw, and I am a newish listener to your podcast. I am 26 years old, and I'm from Chicago. I've been a Pearl Jam listener since middle school, 2007. How old does that make you feel, Brad Lyons? He was in middle school 10 years ago.
Man. I just got my AARP card in 2007.
Yeah. I had a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, and an 18-year-old kid in 2007. So, anyway.
Do we take a cry break real quick?
Yes, dude. Oh, midlife crisis right here live on the show.
Oh, man. I haven't hit that yet.
Really... Oh, it's coming, dude. It's coming.
I know.
That's why we need another show at Wrigley.
I know. It's true.
I got really into the band after the first time I saw them, second row in July 2013 at Wrigley Field. Since then, they have become my favorite band. Oh, man. That Wrigley 2013 show was nuts.
Yep.
I was all the way in the back, but I was there.
You were there.
The music has helped me get through some tough times, and it has been an amazing experience getting to know a band like Pearl Jam over the years. I had to email in to let Brad B know there is another slide whistle enthusiast in the Pearl Jam community. Sorry, Brad L. I'm a middle school teacher, and I've been looking for a quote unquote attention getter for my class. After listening to SPT, I found my attention getter. I attached the video to this email. Thanks for the podcast, gentlemen. Keep it up. Tom Gaw from way back at
Tom,
66.
you're fucking awesome.
So, yeah.
I mean, I love that you're a middle school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Just for me, I don't know. Huge respect for teachers in general. So, for me, it's like service members, teachers, these are like some people that need a lot more respect in our country. You know what I'm saying? But then on top of that, he's bringing joy with a slide whistle through Brad B.
Right.
on SPT. That's amazing. I'm looking at like a still right now of him with slide whistle in hand.
Yes.
In his classroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's kick ass.
I don't know if you can play that, if you can drop it in here, but
I don't know. Hold on.
It's pretty cool because one of his kids is like, "That's awesome." I'm like, "Yes."
I'll see if I can. No, it won't play through the email.
The funny thing is, when I first read this email and he said, "There's another slide whistle enthusiast," I thought it was one of the kids in the class.
That would be an appropriate assumption for you to
right,
make.
That's what I thought. That's what I figured. But at his slide whistle, it looks like the same one that I've got.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Same model.
So we're Slide Whistle brothers.
Is it considered vintage yet?
Does
How
it
old is
sound
it?
vintage?
Sounds pretty sweet. Sounds well loved. Well played. Yeah. Thanks, Tom. Or Thomas, I'm sorry. I've just mixed it up. Thanks, Thomas.
No, that's Tom.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it is Thomas.
No.
Well, he signs it Tom.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's Mr. Gaw.
Mr. Gaw.
Yeah.
Thanks for writing in, man. Appreciate it. Well, that's it, right?
That's it.
Dang. All right, cool. Thanks everyone for the emails.
Dang it.
And yeah, dun, dun, dun. And where are we? Oh yeah, if you'd like to email, the email address is singlepodcasttheory@gmail.com. Hit us up on the social media, and if you'd like to support the show, head on over to patreon.com, patreon.com/singlepodcasttheory for more information about that. You got anything else?
No. Let's get
do
into
this
a
shit,
little
then.
binaural.
Hell yeah, man. What was the date again?
This was May 10th
May
of 2016.
They played 2 nights on this run, right?
They did. This was night one.
Night 1. How do you make that decision for your fans? Like, one
know,
group in this
because
city is going to get it, and the other one's not.
Yeah. Night 2 is usually the big night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of the blowout. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus night 2, I think, was 2 days later, the 12th, which was closer to the 16th, which was the anniversary.
Oh, right.
Of the album coming out. So I don't know. This show was, there was a lot of little things. This was the show that it's like my favorite opening ever. They opened with Why Go. They come out on stage. Lights totally.
I thought
lights lit
is
up
it Why
the
Go
whole,
or Go?
I think you're right. It's Go.
Yeah, it's Go.
It is. It's Go. They come out. Lights totally lit up. The whole place is lit up. They come out on stage. Everyone's going crazy. And the band starts playing like this weird like intro. It's kind of the intro to Go, but not exactly. But
Yeah, they were kind of mimicking it. Yeah.
yeah. But then like when that on the record, when that part stops, all the lights went out. And then like all the fucking real light, the light show started.
Yeah.
And the band like kicked in. And it was just like, to me, that's like the most incredible fucking transition, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, well, this is kind of like a Night 2 Wrigley situation because the first 3 songs were Go into Do the Evolution into Mind Your Manners.
Right. Yeah.
They weren't fucking around with
binaural.
anything, you know? Yeah. And then little did everyone know they went straight into that record.
And I think,
Go ahead.
real quick, they played State of Love and Trust later on. And I'm pretty sure this is the show. Was it Clay Davis? Was talking. He told us a story about talking before the show. And it's pretty insane, but Eddie overheard them talking about
I remember
State
that.
of Love and Trust, and Clay saying he didn't really like that song. And when the band kicks in State of Love and Trust, yeah, Eddie's like, Clay, hey Clay, like this is for you, kind of thing.
I need to go back and listen to
I'm pretty sure that was this show. It might have been night 2, but I think it was this one. But that's I love that story.
Hell
Just
yeah,
love
man.
it.
That would be me. God, that would be me.
Yes.
I love this band so much. And
Yeah.
like, there's not really many songs I can, you know, sometimes we have a show here. Sometimes you got to be a little nitpicky sometimes. You know what I mean? But I fucking love this band. Everything about them.
Right.
And if the one time Eddie's standing behind me and I don't know it, and I'm
Right.
shitting on one of the songs,
Yes.
that's like so me.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, but to get a shout out later on is just like
Oh, hell yeah.
I love it. I love
Well,
that
and you
story
love
so
the sense
much.
of humor too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that Eddie's not a dick and takes himself too seriously.
Well,
in that
and
way.
just that like you said, like that would happen to me. Like the fact that Eddie's standing behind me and I don't get to meet him and I say something shitty about his band.
Right.
Like
Fucking perfect.
Yep.
All right, let's
right.
start off with let's listen to some Breaker Fall, man.
Yeah.
You down with that?
I'm down,
Let's
yo.
get it going.
Ooh, already.
Already what?
It kind of sounds a little. I don't know. Did they sound a little off to you right there?
No. I fucking love Stone's riff to this song.
I love this. Yeah, this whole song is just incredible.
I mean, it's hard to put it up there against like Go or Last Exit for me, but this is a great fucking album opener. Like,
Yeah.
when I bought Binaural when it came out or whatever and popped it in for the first time, I was super psyched about this song. I mean, I still am, but
Yeah, it's. I don't know why this album isn't higher up on people's list.
yeah,
This
I don't get it either, man. This I immediately loved this record. Fucking Mike.
Yeah. Well, and Matt.
Yeah.
That's one thing that stood out to me, Matt. I don't think we mentioned this was Matt's first record, right?
Binaural was, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably say it 100 times throughout this episode, but he is the fucking anchor, and just he sounds so good on this.
Yep. Well, and
And
you
I'm
can
guilty.
Go ahead, what?
I was just gonna say I'm guilty of it, where I kind of think Matt is not as dynamic as some of the other players they've had.
Right.
But man, he really shines on this record.
Dude, I love his drumming on this record. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not really like a whole lot of. I just love his drumming, man. But
Yeah.
you're right. Like for me, this is one of the standout records, and it was his first record. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Totally.
and it's cool to hear. I don't know No, I'm not even gonna say what I was. I have to now. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I was just gonna
say
say like, it's just nice to have so many records now that he has been on, right? Like he's been in the band so long, even though sometimes it feels like it wasn't that long ago in some ways that he joined the band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just the confidence, and not that he's not confident on the songs that he didn't, like he wasn't a part of, but I love that there's so many songs that's like, no, it's not Matt playing someone else's parts. It's fucking Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the one working this shit out in the studio. You know?
Yeah.
And I think he's the most, what's the word for it? The most versatile drummer they've ever had. Maybe.
Totally.
Maybe him and
Totally.
Dave A. But I think there's such a radical difference between what he was in Soundgarden, especially at the beginning, and the way he plays with Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
It just shows a lot of, I don't know, depth, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's on it this whole show, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Breaker Fall, man. That I was saying while the song was going on, that verse part that Stone plays, Just that repetitive is just over and over again, but it's so fucking cool, and it's such a stone melody. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird and quirky and awesome at the same time.
Yeah, yes.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, you want to move on into God's Dice? Case in point, the drums in this song are so good.
You know, it's another thing. Like these, maybe that's why these songs are weird.
They are
like,
weird.
Kind of going back to what I was saying about Injustice for All. Like, I just would listen to these records and not. I don't know. I'm learning now. I'm like realizing these songs are fucking weird.
Yeah.
They're not radio
No.
hits.
No.
You know, there's just
Dude,
like
Nothing
weird,
As It Seems was a single.
Yeah, right. Right.
God damn.
But just this song, Breaker Fall, like you said, that weird
This song-
stone riff, and then this song, like,
This song's one of the actual, like, no, this is a weird song, but it's, I mean,
yeah,
it's underrated.
No,
I fucking
I love
love it. But it's weird as shit when
Yeah.
you sit and break it down.
weird compared to stuff that's on the radio. That's just like verse, chorus,
Yeah,
verse.
absolutely.
You know, like. I can't tell if he forgot the lyric or
There's
if he
no
just
telling,
decided
man.
to laugh.
Because either one would be totally...
Right. Yeah.
So fucking good, man.
Yeah. Totally. I love it.
Is that an Eddie song? Or is that an Eddie Matt song? I need to look that up.
Yeah, I would think that's Eddie and Matt. That to me that sounds like a Matt song. I could totally be wrong. I'm not real good with that kind of stuff, but I feel like that's Matt was in on that one.
Let me see here. I'm trying to look it up on the old wiki. Wiki. Let's see. No. It's all Jeff.
Oh, well, yeah,
that makes total sense then.
Yeah.
Man, I just always assumed that was like Eddie and Matt or something.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's good for you, Jeff. I fucking love that song. Damn. Let's see here. What do we got coming up next? I mean, I know what we got coming up.
Speaking of...
Oh, man,
shit
it gave me
jokes.
God's Dice twice.
Oh, did you not?
Hold on.
Oh, boy. That fucking downloader bullshit.
What is happening right now? We want evacuation next, right?
Yes.
Why does it keep creating a God? Okay. I'm not happy about that. All right, I'll cut all this shit out. Okay. All right, let's listen to Evacuation. Another weird ass song, dude.
Yes.
This song's super weird. The only thing is, like all the other guys that have mics need to be doing that gang vocal on the chorus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they should all be screaming, evacuation.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're leaving Eddie out to dry. Damn. Oh, this is so cool.
I love this
so
chuggy,
weird.
real subtle chuggy.
Yeah. So weird.
And that drum beat,
Yeah.
like, I don't know professionally how you say it, but like, is he playing that in weird time or?
Yeah, I was just trying to count it, but I couldn't get it before it ended. No, it wasn't your fault. Yeah, it's a weird time signature. I don't know what it is. I'll need to count it out.
Then we go into this.
Yeah.
In the sand.
Yeah.
Where's those backup vocals?
They're barely there.
Matt, where are you at? I don't even know if he's doing it. Is he?
I heard a little bit.
Oh yeah, he's on this part.
Mike at the end. I love it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, was that a song that you liked right away when this record came out?
I just thought it was so weird.
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't like it. I think
it was the same for me.
I always tell the story though about my mom, asking me if I said my stomach was hurting. And she was like, "Well, have you evacuated today?"
Oh
And I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Miss
What are you
Blazy?
talking about? I didn't know what she
Call it
meant.
that?
I didn't know what she meant. I'm like, what? She's like, evacuate your balls. It's just like
your balls. Oh, God.
Your bowels.
Bowels. Okay.
Bowels. And I was just like,
so you had a weird relationship with old mom.
Well, look at me, dude.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But
So now I always associate that song with that moment.
Well, that's
in my
great.
life.
Thanks for ruining it for me. I appreciate it. Is that what this show is for you, Brad? Just a way to just fucking ruin some shit for people.
Literally.
What are you going to do for how can you ruin the next song? I don't know. You'll find a way to do it. Fucking great song. Right?
No. I could try if you want me to.
No, you know what, man? You live your life, bud. You live your truth. Is that what they say?
Yes.
You live your truth, man. All right, well, I guess this will help us take it down a little bit. It's kind of sad. The dedication for this song has always been their friend Diane. And it was so funny. I was like, I've never looked to see what happened to her. And it's probably a good thing because I couldn't find anything. And I'm not trying to get into anyone's business or anything like that, but
right.
I was just kind of curious of what happened to their friend.
I don't know who it was, but
she worked at Sony.
Okay.
She was at the label, and they had gotten to be really good friends with her. And she died really young. She was in her 30s. And the other part of this that I didn't realize, where did I read this? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. This song was, and tell me if I'm confusing it with a different song, if I'm confusing my facts, but at one time, Light Years, they said they almost dumped it because it sounded too much like Given to Fly. and so they completely like reworked the song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I haven't heard that before. I don't think I've heard that before.
Here, let's go ahead and unless you have something specific, maybe I can look it up while as we're listening to it.
No, go ahead.
Is that cool?
I love this song.
Oh yeah, me too. All right, here we go.
So.
This chorus so much.
I was gonna say this part with the bass line.
Yeah.
The bass just that right there. That just always sticks out to me. It sounds so warm.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I found what I was talking about, but I'll wait until the song's over because I like this song.
They do this song kind of suffers maybe from that live thing of it's a lot faster than the album.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that actually.
But it doesn't bother me. I like this song so much.
It doesn't bother me either, but it's pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
It's a lot like what were you talking about from that last show? Wish List.
Yeah.
Kind of how Wish List is sped up in a little.
But you know what's interesting maybe is like the album version is pretty like heavy and sad. This almost makes it like a celebration of the person that they're talking about.
And that's why now that I've gotten back into Boot so much, it's just like, I mean, I was never really concerned about tempos live. It's just really noticeable. Yeah. But some of the stuff, it's like the Alive thing. I think some of these songs have, in a really beautiful, kind of healthy way, turned into they're not the same song anymore in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
that's okay.
That's great. That's such a song of a sign of a strong song. You know what I'm saying? That it can grow and change and mean different things over time like that and still be relevant. Such a great line. That is such a great lyric, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so like trippy when you start thinking about just, I don't know, space and moon and stars and the light. You know what I mean? Like,
man.
I'm sorry.
Pass the bomb, bro.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Earth time and like that. Just the, I don't know. It sounds so stupid.
Are we gonna start talking about the multiverse next?
Pretty much, yeah. No, dude, just that we're just rocks. You know, like there's just stars are just rocks up there. They're just nothing. But like the sun makes, brightens these things up to turn them into stars. Like that blows my mind. And then for Eddie to use that as an analogy for someone that's passed away,
right?
To say that that person made us better. You made us better when you were here. Oh man, that shit just like, I feel like a fucking dumb ape, but watching fire for the first time.
Right. That's good. I like that, Brad B. I'm stealing that one from you. I like it. Yeah, real quick. Of all places, it was on Wikipedia, but they're direct quotes from these guys, so I know it's not bullshit. But
Right.
they have 3 quotes. One from Eddie, and he says, with Light Years, Mike McCready had written some music. We were excited about it for a while, but when we got down to recording it, it was too nice, too right there. It was a little too close to Given to Fly. We changed the tempos, and then one night, Mike and I, after working on it all day and getting frustrated, just flipped it backwards. And in about 35 minutes, it became Light Years, with words and everything. It still has a fairly contagious chorus and melody, but it's sideways enough to make me happy. So, it's funny. I mean, we're talking about this song, but if you want, I can't say it. In my opinion, if you want to know like the nuts and bolts of how Eddie approaches songwriting, it's this fucking quote right here. Mm-hmm. Like, he doesn't want it to be just like Given to Fly. Like, they went, but they knew they had some sort of nugget that kept them working on it. Because a lot of times you just go, man, if it's this much work, it's probably not a good song. And you can kind of like trash it. But they stuck with it, and he needed it to be a little off. You know what I mean? Yeah. He doesn't like things to be too right or too, I don't know how to describe it. You know what I mean, though?
Totally. Yeah, because, I mean, that's a fucking true artist. He's saying, like, we already fucking painted the Mona Lisa. I don't want to paint it again.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Because Given to Fly is like, we know people that love that song, and we hear it all the time. That's their favorite song. And it might not be me or yours favorite song, but it is an incredible.
It's up there. Yeah.
It's an incredible song. And like, I think part of it is like, if he made another song just like that, it would kind of take away from that song.
Right. Yeah. No, and that's why, because that was always a test for me growing up. I don't think I realized how much I did this with bands, but when they would have a band that I really liked, I always felt like the first trip up or the sign that maybe they're not going to last forever. They're not going to be one of those bands is when like track 5 from the last record or track 5 from this record sounds a little too much like track 5 from the last record. And the opening track from this new record sounds a little too much like the track 1s on the other records, right? Yeah. And they've never done any of that shit.
No.
And this is why. Like, he just told us why we don't get that stuff,
There was a band, I cannot remember who it was, but I really liked them when I was younger. And I just remember that I had a tape, and it was like, there was 2 or 3 songs on the B side that sounded almost exactly like the A side, couple songs on the A side. And I'm like, is this a thing? Like,
right.
The A side is like one set of songs, and then the B side is those same songs just tweaked a little bit.
Right.
And I thought, I don't like that.
No.
Like, I want 10 songs that are all totally, they're all different. And I hate to bring this guy's name up because to me he's a genius, but Stevie Ray Vaughan has what's the song? Pride and Joy?
Yeah.
He has another song that's called something else, but it's literally Pride and Joy with different lyrics.
Yeah, but I will say in his defense, he's just doing blues music. You can't go far out of the like it's all that's a very I get what you're saying, and my defense is like you're totally right, but with blues, it can't really venture out that much.
So
totally. Well, I get what you're saying for sure.
I was watching. What did I watch? I think I sent it to you. What song was it? Oh, fucking the Hendrix song. Voodoo Child.
Yeah.
I randomly came across Stevie Ray Vaughan playing that.
He murders it. He murders it.
It's insane. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, you talk about...
I can't even... I can't even talk about it. We just need to move on.
No, well, you talk about
No, seriously, like, it is incredible.
Insanely great artists that have these staple songs, and then these other artists come along. It's that Leonard Cohen said once he heard Jeff Buckley's version of Hallelujah, he was like, that's not my song anymore. Like, he made that his own. And it's true. You don't feel like you're listening to a cover. You feel like you're listening to something that he wrote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All Along the Watchtower for Hendrix. You know, Dylan said that about Hendrix. Like, he took my song. You know what I mean? Like, but in a good way. I don't know. It's cool when that kind of stuff happens.
But like, I mean, to keep it Pearl Jam related, like, Mike loves Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, you
especially
can hear it
like
everywhere. We're about to hear some of it right now.
Yeah. If you look at him, 91, Mike looks like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's wearing the hat and he's got the scarves.
Yeah.
So, I just, if anyone, maybe some of the younger people that listen to us, if you haven't listened to Stevie Ray Vaughan, just go check him out. Because, man, that Voodoo Child cover just looking at him, it doesn't even look like he's playing the guitar.
He's
like,
possessed.
I can't even describe, like, his hands, it's just, man, it's incredible.
Hell yeah. Well, let's listen to Mike be incredible. How about that?
Yes.
All
Okay.
right, here we go. I will say this though, Brad, when you were, what word, and Kate was saying something about it too, on difference, when you guys were joking around about No Way.
I'm not trying to make a difference.
Yeah, he does do a lot. Since then, I've noticed all the pronunciation things like that he does live really? Now.
All alone, it's nothing like your parents' home. It's nothing as it seems. All he believes is and all that he sees is nothing he believes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Listen
Amazing.
to that crowd, man.
They love him.
Like the ozone. It's nothing as it seems. All that he sees is gold. And all that he feels, there's nothing he can see. Saving on a sunny day, something
Mike going into God mode.
Yeah, man, he's
Doing it,
on.
where he just puts his head all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's trying to get away from the fucking evil coming out of his hands.
It's too bright.
Yeah, dude, it's too much. It's so good. This is a song I didn't love when I first heard it.
Oh, really?
It was just too slow and Pink Floydy.
Dark. Yeah.
But I love it now. Just the more as I grew as a fan of Mike's. It's an incredible fucking song.
Well, and that was just a good example of their badass like bridge instrumental stuff. Like they just go into this like chromatic walk down, and then he ends every line with some like shred, emotive, rip your heart out kind of.
Yeah. And wow. I'm just gonna say live here he's got some kind of effect, like a flanger or something.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of shit on.
Yeah, this song is just incredible.
Delay, verb. I mean, not a whole lot else to say about that song, but another Jeff song.
I was gonna say, that's
all Jeff. Jeff lyrics
weird.
and everything.
Yeah.
It's just the band's arrangement kind of thing. This one always confuses me with you. So I'm assuming because you like Light Years, you don't like Thin Air.
I absolutely love Thin Air.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, cool. These slow ones I can never remember with you, man. Or not slow ones,
well,
but...
you know, I'm an old softie, so this song, like, anytime he gets,
testosterone's
like,
going down, estrogen's going up, you're in your 40s.
Yes.
I get
Any
it.
kind of mushy love type song, you know, that can just, I love it. Me and my baby.
Too. Me and my baby. All right, fuck it. Let's listen to Thin Air.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
There's a light when my baby's in my arms. There's a light when the window shades are torn. There's a day when I feel I made you harm to her. Wash it off, 'cause this feeling we can share. And I know she's reached my heart. You've been here.
Wasn't it? Was it? Am I making this up? We're getting the song wrong. Wasn't that the part that Stone shit the bed on at Benaroya Hall?
I don't remember.
I'm
Probably.
pretty sure it was. He totally fucking forgot that little guitar line,
Yeah.
which is a really cool guitar line. But
Fingers crossed and dawn to rest. Even now, it's a precious thing to hear. And I know she's reached my heart. Been here. It's not in my past to presume. Love can keep on moving in both directions. How to be happy and true. It's the quest we're taking on together. Taking on. Taking on.
I love that part when Jeff kind of slides down and just they go into that straight groove.
Now this part, this part of this, he has walked down into the crowd
Yeah.
And he's singing to another dude. They're
Yeah.
both like singing to each other.
It's pretty awesome. Eddie's just looking straight at him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They are singing their hearts out to each other. And I don't know who this dude is. I noticed John Evans from the Let's Play 2 documentary.
Yeah.
Is a couple of people down from that guy.
Oh, really?
There's another guy, Mike, that has seen him like 100 something times. I saw him in the audience. So it's like there's a lot of the diehards there. But this guy that Eddie's singing with, I don't know who it is. And I just wonder if I've seen him before, like on Facebook or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. He's part of Pearl Jam live lore now. Let's go straight into one of my favorites, period, of this record. Do you like Insignificance, right?
Yo, love it.
God, I fucking love this song. Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah. Another just weird song. It's got this weird guitar intro with the drums, you know?
Yep.
And then it quits and you get like the next part of the song.
Oops.
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah. Clam? Is that what you call it? A clam?
That's what you call a clam, my friend.
Seeds of arrogance, breathing in the thoughts of 10,000 fools who fight.
No, but you know me, dude. I'm metal. This song just rocks, you know?
I'm not responding to your metal comments anymore. They're so good at moving into weird sections.
Weird little, I guess this is a bridge solo part.
Just an instrumental. But it's so much better than just like playing a solo over the chorus. You know what I mean? Which there's nothing wrong with that, but I love that they don't do that every time.
Yeah. Well, and again, look at, Matt, there's drums all over this song. That might be another reason I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just playing a lot of stuff on his toms.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm trying to see if I could remember this song. Yeah. It's hard to do on acoustic, actually.
There you go.
I love the first time I heard that riff. I don't know why, man. I love it. I'm trying to see if I can remember the. Oh, what's the next one? Damn it. Oh, what's the next chord? And then it goes to a C. But I'm a sucker for the major 7 or that note. So when they do that doo-doo-ga-ga, right? That they don't just do like an octave C thing, which would be, right? They do. That's badass.
Yeah, I like their version better.
And it's funny because it's a really what it comes out. Thanks, I appreciate that. This is the chord that comes out of, though. It's like a fucking straight up jazz chord.
Yeah,
and they just gut it and do the.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, and then they do the. And then they move to F. Back into it. It's weird as shit, dude. I love it.
Yeah. Wait, keep that thing going for the next one. I'm sure you can play that.
I think that's an alternate tuning.
Oh.
If I remember correctly. Let's just listen to it, though, because...
All right. I know you love this song.
Yeah,
I figured you could play it.
Here we go. This is all straight up Stevie Ray Vaughan right now. This whole song is Stevie Ray for Mike.
I was gonna say though, that intro part is so cool because I mean it's by design. It sounds like they're all just playing whatever they feel like.
Yeah.
And it then like somehow meshes together into the song.
Yeah,
you know
especially that first. I think it's about to come up. And she makes us get away. The getaway part.
Yeah.
Like it all settles into this.
Yeah.
It felt like a jam, and then it's like it's a song. Fucking love that.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you transition from that to this part and back?
You fucking
Like,
Pearl
how
Jam.
do you think of that?
You don't. I'm serious, man. You just don't. I bet a lot of this song was a kind of a jam.
Yeah.
You know?
this is a Stone. Stone wrote this. Lyrics and everything.
It's great. Then it wasn't a jam. It feels like a jam, though.
It does.
In a good way, you know?
Yeah.
Feels like it's one of those songs that they all just walked in and Stones started playing just that chordal thing that he's got going on. And just like you said, everyone just kind of started jumping in and I don't know. It feels so kind of like natural and not thought through too much in a good way.
I guess I didn't think about it. Like Mike really shines on this album, you know? And it's not just straight up like rock solos. It's the stuff that he's playing in between too.
Yeah, and it's funny too because wasn't that a record that because of him dealing with his own like substance stuff that he was kind of not around for a lot of this record? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he was there, but I think a lot, if I remember correctly, it sounds like a lot of his stuff might have been coming back and like overdubbing leads, and I don't know. I could be wrong though. If nothing else, this was a time where he had been through rehab though. Yeah. Which is crazy. Maybe that's why he's so. This is one of his strongest records for Pearl Jam. You know what I mean? As far as Pearl Jam goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh my God, it looks like
this.
What's up?
This is a weird. I don't know. The track listing was kind of weird. Because you get Thin Air and then you get Insignificance, which is like a rocker. Then you go back down to Of the Girl, and now we get Grievance, which is like, you know, I don't know.
And they threw Fatal off the record, which, as everyone knows, is one of my favorite Pearl Jam songs. But let's check out Grievance.
Oh, man. Dan it. It's just such a fucking garage rocker.
I know. They don't get old. They don't sound like old men.
Right. No.
They still got the piss and vinegar.
Ago? Yeah.
Well, I just mean even at the time of like writing this stuff.
Well,
they were still. I mean, they weren't 20 years old anymore.
Right. 6 albums in, and they're writing this.
No shit.
Fucking classic Eddie lyrics.
Yeah.
I pledge my grievance to the flag. Come on, man.
I love it.
I can't wait for the new record. I hope it's got
some zingers like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
For sure.
I feel like it won't though. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Eddie's kind of like I feel like he and the band are like, look, assholes, we tried to be
you guys know where
political.
we stand.
We tried to change the world 10 years ago, and you know, we're done. Not we're done.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But we're not as.
I mean, he's still vocal, all that kind of. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think anyone's confused on where Pearl Jam lies on the spectrum of things, you know. I love this outro of the song.
Yes.
We've gone from a song that was so like, you know, whatever, and now it's just this fucking, it's the stick figure. You know what I mean? It's this huge, it's just huge. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt. Come on, Matt. like I've always said, Matt Cameron is my favorite Pearl Jam drummer.
This week.
I mean, you've heard me say that before, right?
Yep. Oh, man.
Dude,
Yeah, he's fucking great.
that's one thing that they don't play like any of these songs. These songs are so rare.
I know. All right, well, let's listen to one of my favorites.
Rival. Yeah.
Rival.
Is that what you were talking about?
No, it happens again later in the song. It kind of messed the song up twice.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Which that's not a big deal.
No, it's someone like me is gonna notice that kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ooh.
I love that you could totally put this song out now, though. Just, I feel like this song feels very right now.
Yeah.
It feels very 2019. Yep, right here. No one knows what the fuck is going on. God, I love that part. It's another one of those like riff, mic lead, riff, mic lead.
Yeah.
How's our mother to Danley's contributors?
Again, I know I keep saying this, but it's a weird fucking song.
Yeah, it's totally
It's
weird.
like a weird blues kind of song, but it's not the blues.
No.
You know, it's Pearl Jam, but I guess after listening to this album for years and years, I just never. It's
It
like I'm
starts
looking
feeling
at it
normal. Yeah.
Yeah. But like really getting into it like this is fucking weird.
Yeah, I love it.
But it's great. It's great. I love these songs.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they're so good at taking the normal accessible format and just twisting it just a little bit. And not for the sake of being weird.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It ain't that.
They just do their thing, you know? Because as you use it, the pretentious word, but it's the only word to use, is like they're fucking artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, why you gotta shit the bed on my favorite songs, guys? Come on. Come on. Let's see here. We got, I mean, I like the record version of the song too, but let's listen to, let's get some sleight of hand going on. This is one of Clint's favorites, right? He loves this song.
I think so. Are we gonna?
What's that? What?
Is this the fucked up version, or did you skip over that? Because
I don't know. I just
know.
pulled it off of the. Do we need to stop for a second and start
Yeah,
over?
the final minute of Rival is them starting sleight of hand and fucking it up. So if you're clicking,
I'm
clicking
That's
play
why. Okay, hold on
on
a second.
sleight of hand, it's yeah. We need to go back and
Okay, let me do this real quick. I got you. I got you, man. I got you.
yeah.
Come on.
I just don't want to skip over that.
Here we go.
It's already.
Oh yeah. What?
I don't know who fucked up, but
It's a little bit of everybody. Definitely Jeff.
in this, yeah. But the thing is, like, again, it's
The thing about vinyl records is sometimes they skip. Let me clean the needle for a second.
What were you saying?
again, it's just a weird song. It's probably easy to get fucked up.
This would be so hard to pull off, especially if it's not a song that you. It's like muscle. It's not muscle. This song is not muscle memory for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like,
I don't think any of these songs, because they're all like 20 times. They've played them 20 times over the years, something like that.
Yeah,
some real low number.
Low numbers,
all of them,
all under 100, pretty much. Not all of them, but a lot of them under 100 plays.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if, how they pulled it out here.
Take two.
Routine was the theme. Wake up, wash and pour himself in the uniform. Something he hadn't imagined being. As the merging traffic passed, he found himself staring down at this old hands, not remembering the change, not recalling the plan. Was it? He was okay.
Dude, when they drop in that chorus,
Mondays were made to fall. Trapped on a road, you fucking knew my heart. It was like a book you read in your sleep. Sometimes he hid in his radio watching while others pulled into their homes. While he was drifting, what a ride to himself by the by.
You know, we talk about midlife crisis. God, this song.
You and this song,
is
yeah.
just, man, it just, God, it hits so close to home. It's hard just even sitting here today listening to this. It's like, oh my God, I feel these lyrics so fucking hard.
yeah, I get that.
And then Mike with this stuff.
Yeah, they sound great, man. This is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool. I'd be super psyched if I got this in a set list.
Oh yeah. I wonder. I don't know. I've never looked at like the Porch. I wonder what people thought of this. You know, because like I said, we know people don't. Some fans don't really hold this album high in regard.
That's true.
So I wonder what people were thinking.
Seems to be kind of an acquired taste for some Pearl Jam fans.
Yeah. But you know, they still got another whole half of the show.
Sure.
of
Yeah,
Pearl
no
Jam.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
they
sure.
dropped this in.
especially after that fuck up, they were all just fucking shitting themselves during the verses. Like, just get to the chorus where it's 4/4 time signature and we can just relax. Oh, what a weird song to try and pull off.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're almost to the end here. Now, this is your favorite Pearl Jam song ever, right?
Yeah.
Soon Forget?
Yeah, I love it.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
Sorry is the fool who treats his love for a Corvette. Seems the more you make equal, or thinks to get the girl, he'll only get the mechanic. What's missing? He's living the day he'll soon forget. That's one more time around. The sun is going down, the moon is out, but he's drunk.
Well, I will say this, that before Eddie started this, he started talking about the song was written about a certain like billionaire asshole. But then he said in the like current day, it's like definitely written about Donald Trump.
Right.
And he starts talking about, because this was, this show was right before, right? The election, May 2016.
Oh my God.
The election was November 2016, right? Isn't that
Right.
how
So
it
this is
works?
before the election.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right
he was
before.
kind of like, what did he call him? He called him something.
I don't remember.
The orange something. I don't know, but he starts jokingly talking about how they're gonna move. The whole band's gonna move to Canada, and he's gonna change his name to, in honor of Rush, he's gonna change his name to Getty Vetter.
I like that.
That was great.
I like that. Oh my God. He's such a jokester, that Eddie Vedder. All right, let's go ahead and get the I love this song. I love Parting Ways. It's a good closer. You like that
Yes.
closer?
Love it.
Hell yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, it kind of follows in the vein of their other, kind of slow, dirgy
Yep. A little weird.
album. Yeah, a little weird, a little different. Man, Mike, Jeff is playing stand-up bass with a bow
Hell yeah, he is.
on this.
Jeff's a fucking beast. I've always loved that guitar part.
Yeah. If this song wasn't called Parting Ways, it'd be a cool opener.
Yeah.
Like
it's
for
true.
a concert.
It's true.
for a
I
concert.
could see them coming out to that.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially like if Eddie just kind of came out first and started playing that guitar line
Yeah.
a little bit, you
Yeah.
know, and the band kind of moved into it a little bit.
Smile just so still. You say, hello, her mood is high today. There's a feeling there'll soon be parting ways.
I like it. They didn't take it into some like big guitar solo jam at the end there. You know what I mean? I like that they kept it, like, kind of kept it the song and just kind of kept pumping it out for a little bit. It was nice. Good job, Pearl Jam. You guys have my stamp of approval.
Yeah. Man, you guys did it again.
I know you're waiting with bated breath for all of my comments,
Right.
but
I wonder what Single Podcast Theory thinks.
we got to check in with the boys. Oh, man.
No, great stuff.
Great shit,
I love
man.
that.
Great songs. They kill it live. Whatever.
Weird songs.
Weird songs. But
I love it.
Yep. I think maybe that's one of the things, too, that people that aren't, they have to figure out a way past that. Because I think if you do, I don't know. It's just so good.
Again, maybe I'm just dumb. Like, I just don't look at it. Like, I just put the music on and listen to it without really thinking about it that much.
Yeah. It's just a good record.
Am I dumb? Am I
No,
just
you're
dumb?
not dumb. You're a little bit dumb. JK. Well, we did it, man. This is a long one. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Woo.
Is it? we kind of.
We're at like 2.5 hours right now.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Or somewhere around
Well,
there.
The people demand it.
Yeah, well, they got it.
Well, we
They
had a
might
couple breaks in there.
regret asking for it, but here we go again.
Yeah.
Just like Whitesnake said. All right, you ready to get out of here?
I am ready.
All right, man. Well,
I could talk. I could go all night.
nope, not me. I think I'm done. I've used my words for today.
All right.
As usual, we'll be back next week. Thank you guys for listening. As usual, email us at singlepodcasttheory@gmail.com. We're on the socials, and head over to patreon.com if you'd like to support the show. patreon.com/singlepodcasttheory. Until next week, I'm Brad Lyons.
And I am Brad Blazek, saying, "We were but stones. Your light made us stars."
Gems and rhinestones.
Why you gotta ruin it?
Oh, please.
I died and you just stood there. I died and you watched. I died and you walked by and said, no, I'm dead.
That was high. Fuck yeah. Woo! And the rest of you guys.
You know, this song was written about a wealthy guy who was a miserable fuck, and just kind of just made you feel embarrassed to be a human when you saw what he did with his good fortune. And it wasn't written about anybody in particular. It was more of a general theory on rich fucks with no real, that are completely out of touch with the people that they work with or the people in their communities, or maybe just a little bit more. But now I realize it's exactly about Donald Trump. It's exactly about him. I hope you appreciate how good you've got it here in Toronto and up and north of the border. I mean, just think once next January comes around and I mean, you at that point in January then you will have the coolest leader in the free world. Intelligent, handsome, focused on climate change, and yeah, that's really, you know, he might want to, there's one page in Trump's book he might want to take. There might let's say the worst happens. I don't even want to think about it, but for the sake of a comment, let's say that nasty orangutan were to but you guys might want to think about building a wall to keep us out. I mean, I thought maybe, you know, I could move up here. I'd change my... Well, we'd all have to come so we could practice. We'd all have to... And in honor of Rush, I would, and to fit in with the low, I would change my name to Getty Vedder, and then... Well, here's this. I hope the song title is appropriate to the guy I mentioned before, and that he's someone that we soon forget.